So you're seeing 666 as a synchronicity everywhere. Perhaps every time you look at your phone, your watch, your clock, Instagram counter or YouTube view counter, it's showing you 666 in perfect synchronicity. Well, don't worry, there's nothing untoward. You're not being chased around by devils and demons, as perhaps our society might believe it to be. But in fact, it's more of a positive wake-up call. So, if you're interested in this, then by all means, stick around. Six 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 is almost like a wake-up call from the universe. It's here to say, look, and you'll likely find it in the moment, look, you're not thinking in alignment with your higher self or with the universe. Bear in mind, the universe literally means one song. And in that one song, it's like a vibratory flow, isn't it? One song. Different vibrations vibrating out, and that's really akin to our lives. We keep vibrating different vibrations, usually worries, usually lack beliefs, and 666 will pop up in these times to remind you that you are vibrating what you're worrying about. And of course, we know, if you've seen The Secret or if you've done any work in your life with the law of attraction, you know that what you put out you get back. And if we're giving out worry, get back worry. If we're giving out frustration, we get back frustration, at least seemingly to our minds. And that's fine, we can continue playing on that level. 666 is just there to let you know that that's what's happening. It's almost like sometimes the ego can't smell its own breath and our thoughts go unnoticed, don't they? So 666 pops up in synchronicity as just like a little nudge from the universe, a little nudge from source to say, look, if you're interested, you may want to have a look at this, because you're creating your reality with your thoughts. So you might as well think positive. It doesn't take any more effort for us to think positive. We usually are thinking very negatively, and therefore we create negative manifestations for ourselves. It doesn't actually take any more energy for us to think positively. It's very easy for us to make that switch. But we have to get conscious first, don't we? We have to be conscious that it is in fact us that's doing the negative thinking, and that it's us that can empower ourselves to change that into positive thoughts. Very simple, not always as easy to do. But that's why 666 is there on hand to just say, look, you're fully supported, give it a go. And it's there and it'll keep popping up. It's like life's little gift saying, look, you're still doing this, you're still doing this, you're still doing this. And perhaps we can get a little bit annoyed with that. It's almost like a mother that keeps saying, stop doing that, stop doing that, stop doing that, you're still doing the same thing. And that's fine, we learn from our mistakes, right? Life's about making mistakes, and 666 almost lets us know, look, I wouldn't call it a mistake, but if you want your life to change, you have to change the way you're thinking. Like attracts like. If you're not loving yourself, if you're not loving your life, you better start doing that. And I only know this from my life. That's not like I'm not preaching. Like, you don't have to do any of these things that I say. These are just lessons I'm learning from my life, right? But if we don't love our life, then we don't attract people that love our life too. If we don't love our energy, we don't attract people into our lives that mirror that to us. And that's a shame, because we're worth so much more, and you know that in your life. And if you're not getting what you're worth, then how worthy are you feeling? Like attracts like. What worth are you giving to your life? It's almost like we have to leave this loser mindset. Sometimes we can think that we're a loser because our life isn't a certain way. And 666 will come up, because if we give out that loser vibration, we get that back. And I know that along my early journey for sure. And still to some degree, we always catch ourselves, don't we? Or perhaps we don't, and perhaps that's why 666 is coming up in your life. We need to catch ourselves if we're giving off this vibration. Oh, maybe someone thinks I'm a loser or whatever it is. Because if you're giving that off, you'll get that back. Sometimes 666 will be popping up in your life because you're thinking out of alignment with the universe. Yes, because you're putting too many demands upon it. Let me go deeper into that. In my life, 666 will pop up if I'm being an obnoxious brat. If I'm so focused on usually materialistic goals, because 6 carries that vibration, usually materialistic goals, if I'm putting so many demands on life and life isn't giving me that back, then I'm becoming a brat, aren't I? If I'm demanding and not getting anything back, there's usually a reason. And it's almost like life saying through 666, just drop your demands. Trust the timing of your life. You know, man, there's such thing as faith, right? Have a little faith. I'm not talking to you there, although you can take it that way if you want. Really, I'm talking to myself. We call it in yoga Shraddha, and that's unshakable faith. It's okay to go charging at your goals, right? And 666 will happily have you do that. And it's almost like 666 is a message from the universe to say, keep that up. But also that sometimes if we're too set on the outcome, set intentions, but if we're too set on the outcome or it being a certain way for us, that's us being a bit of a control freak, trying to control life and cage life. And then we limit the flow of life, don't we? And 666 can be there, not as a negative reflection, but as like a wake-up call to say, oh, so close. Have a break though. Just take a break. Stop putting so many demands on life. Let life do life through you. If anything, take the stress off yourself, because this thing that you want to create, this amazing vision that you have in your head, the stress should be put on life. Put all the stress on life. Let the stress go. Let life take it for you. Because be sure and be totally Shraddha, have unshakable faith in the knowledge that when you need to create and manifest what it is that you've been designed perfectly to come in and create through yourself, life will be there to give you the nudge that you need to really allow life to come out in the way that it needs to in that moment, to manifest that specific thing, that specific desire, that big dream you have for you in the right moment. It's all divinely timed. It's all divinely timed. Sorry, that was my phone. Switch that off. It's all divinely timed. And we get so het up, like it should be a certain way for me, that we become quite obnoxious people sometimes. We put such demands on life. And I'm not saying this as like a modern day Pharisee. I'm saying this because I know this in my life. Like, I'm no different than anyone. We're all human, right? But it is that demanding nature, that life isn't going the way that I want it to go. And that materialistic goal, demand, that creates havoc in our lives. It can make us burn out. It can make us lose our passion. I think we'll all agree we all want passionate lives. It's almost paradoxical. To be more passionate, we have to just take a break sometimes. We have to take the foot off the gas. 666 is coming up usually because it's like your thoughts are a little bit out of alignment with the way that the universe wants you to think. The external world is a reflection of your internal world, right? And if our internal world is offering out mixed vibrations of lack and guilt or whatever it is, then that can create us a manifestation externally that we aren't too proud of or that we don't particularly like. And remember, I say all the time, you don't have to do this in your life, but I do it in mine. It's not what happens that matters, it's how we respond. And it's with these responses, it's like 666 saying, respond differently. It comes up, it pops up, it's like, have a different response, a more positive response. Even if what's happening around you doesn't seem so positive, if you want to change that, you have to change the response. The negative response is going to proliferate profiteroles. I don't know, you know the word I'm trying to mean. I've lost it. That word I was trying to say, hopefully you can input your own word in there, hopefully. Proliferate, that's it, good one. We're going to proliferate the negativity. It's going to continue. We need to respond positively, even if it feels fake at first. And 666 is there just to say, may want to have a little look at how we're responding to life, what it is we're thinking about the situations that we're in, dropping that loser mindset and empowering ourselves, because the only way out of the darkness is to empower yourself, right? Empower that light within you. You have a bright future ahead of you. You're doing something right. That's why you're seeing synchronicities. You just need to perhaps change your thinking more positively, so that these big dreams that we want to manifest, so that these big ideas that we have to serve other people in the best way for ourselves, that has potential to materialistically change our lives and the lives of people around us, is there for us. But we have to change our thinking, dream big and think positively to bring that dream about. Relax, paradoxically. Feel into your being. It's okay. It's almost like sometimes we see 666 because the mind's saying we need to do. And 666 is there to say, look, trust the timing. Be. Be the being. Feel. Drop into your inner feeling space. And manifest through that feeling of relaxation, that soothing peace that we feel in our being, rather than going hell for leather with our minds and trying to manifest things, because we're usually trying to manifest things that we don't want, but we're doing it unconsciously by vibing worry or vibing lack. That'll do. This is what 666 has meant in my life, but more specifically within the science of numerology. Numbers are the basis of the universe, and the deeper we go, and I'm sure I'll go deeper because I'm very passionate about it at the moment, the deeper we realise the truth of the numbers and sacred geometry and numerology. Thank you for watching. Of course, if you'd like, down below there's a free guided meditation / breathing practice that will help us stoke up this feeling of bliss within ourselves, so that when we see 666 we can more easily have access to the being, the feeling awareness space within our body. And of course, if you're going through the awakening process and you're stuck or lost, or you don't know what's happening to you, you can't really have a group of people to speak about these things to, because you know they won't understand, then by all means, you can join us in our community down below. It's free and we'd love to have you in there. Thank you for watching and have a lovely evening.